Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. What is on, my freaks and peeps? What is up? Oh, fuck! You know what? It's fine. You know why? Because it's still the morning by a minute. Fucking Christ. Anyway. Hello, Mimi! What are we calling our sub baby? I'll let you decide. I'm not good with names. What's our ship name? I don't know. Welcome, Mina. Good to see you. Good to see you too. Hello, hello. I'm so sorry. Well, I say this every fucking week, but I had good reason today. I'm very sorry I'm late. I had actually, I had good reason to be late today. To be fair, I've had a lot on this morning. Man, I've actually been cramming this morning, getting things done. Why is my model so low quality? It's not right. Also, please excuse if I have technical issues. I'll get to it, but something's gone wrong on my computer this morning. Probably related to part of the reason I'm late, but it's a bit nerve-wracking because I'm like, oh god, have I installed a virus? But yeah, so there's that. Oh no, yeah, oh no indeed, something's kinda happened. Sup, I have cats. Welcome, Oldest Matarod. Duh, if you've got cats, why aren't you sharing them? We have a creatures a sub on a channel on our Discord. Yeah. If you don't share, it's selfish. I'm saying, I don't make the rules. Anyway, welcome. Good to see you. Good to see you. So I've had a busy morning. I've had a busy weekend. Oh my god, I actually just want to cry thinking about this weekend. I'm not going to talk about it. I am not going to talk about too much of what's happened. Because I just, for one, don't think it's worth talking about. For two, I don't think it would do anyone any favors me talking about it. So I'm not going to, but I can talk about some things. So what's happened? Well, I've got some stuff happening next week. I'm on holiday for the most part, but it's looking increasingly likely that Monday's stream might be cancelled for various reasons. I'm not gonna explain why. I don't think there's I think I'm just gonna keep that one to myself, but Monday's stream is looking like it's gonna be cancelled. I'll know by Thursday. I'll let you know then. What else was I gonna say? I share with Mimi. God damn it. What was I saying? Yeah, so Monday stream. I've also been doing some stuff that makes me very happy, which I need right now. I did something cool yesterday. Probably isn't cool to the rest of you, but I know my body modification brethren are gonna be all over this. So I have talked about this in the past, but I haven't really updated you guys because it's been a while since I did anything for it. But I have been in the long process for a year at this point, I think. Probably not even that, maybe half a year, of stretching my earlobes, which is a body modification procedure that I admire a lot. I don't have a goal specific in mind for how big I want to go. I know I don't want to go too big, for just personal reasons, but also just there's no point setting a goal because everyone's like, yeah, you always set a goal and then you never keep to that goal. So I've got a couple sizes in mind that I'd like to get to, but if I get to one and decide that's enough, then I'll stay with that. If I get to another and decide that's enough, then I'll stay with that. Because what's going to happen eventually is I'm going to get to a size and I'm happy and I'm going to start buying jewelry for it. So right now, I just want to get to double zeros. And then I might see about an inch. I'm not sure how much difference that is, but it was. So I've been doing that. Currently, however, I'm only at a 3mm in my right ear, and in my left ear. My right ear, however, is being pain. which, to be honest, the jump between 2mm to 2.4mm was difficult when I stretched my left one. It took a long time to get to that point, and then for some reason the right one is going through the same issue. So I'm currently doing like stacking, which is where you get like usually rings. You get like titanium rings. You put them in like whatever hole you've got pierced, and you like slowly stretch it up. Not the best way, obviously. Like things like taping and stuff are considered better. Problem is, I'm allergic to most adhesives, so I can't really risk taping. And I'm dead stretching as well, for anyone that does know what I'm talking about. I'm dead stretching, I'm not using tapers. But that does mean it takes a lot longer. And if people are like, yeah, but you should like leave it. Like if it's not going in, it's not going in. There's no reason it shouldn't be going in. And to be honest, I had this problem last time. It's partially, I think, because the dead stretching kit I've got, it's all glass, but the smaller sizes obviously aren't really heavy enough. So it's not actually doing anything. And part of the reason I started stretching my ears when I did was because I used to wear like hoops in them all the time, and they never really stretched, like they weren't splitting or anything, but what was happening is the weight was gradually pulling them down. And so I was able to like feed the whole like tubing of my fucking hoop in my ear, so that was excellent. So that's why I started stretching them ages ago. So right now I'll be working this week on getting that 2.4mm in my right ear, because I've got a 3mm in my left, which was no problem, which is ridiculous because Jesus Christ, it took me weeks to get 2.4 in my fucking ear, right? I went from a 2mm to a 2.4mm, right? In my left ear. And it took forever. And fucking, it's the same problem again. But it's like, dude, I've just jumped up 0.6mm, right? And it was no problem. Like it went in like no issues, didn't hurt, it was fine. And it's just ridiculous to me that the 2.4, it's like, it looks like a dramatic size difference as well, but it's not. And I have measured it. It's not like I've got the wrong size or anything. I'm just not really sure why it's just being so difficult. Anyway, so that's where I'm at right now. So I did that. So working on that. Also, finally stretched my conch punch, my right conch punch, which, yes, I'm stretching my cartilage. I stretched my right conch punch from a 4.5mm to a 5mm. That is where I'm staying with that for now. I will see. I'm not against going up to a 6mm, but it's a lot. You stretch cartilage, you know it's agonizing, and it just feels so pointless. So for me, I'm like, the only reason I'm stretching them up as well is because I've got such small ear, like my ears are so uneven and small. Getting them punched, which if you don't know, it's up to you to look into, but I got my conch punches and they could only do me a 4mm because they were like, if it's any bigger, it might cause problem. And they said, but you can stretch them. So that's what I'm doing. I don't think I'll get like my dream size was to have like a 10mm in each. But again, my ears are slightly too small, so unfortunately I just don't have the anatomy for that one. But I'm gonna get to a 5mm in right one. I'm at that right now. I'm done. And then once the left one is fully healed, because I've only had it like in December, I will have had it a year, and then I will start the process of stretching it once I get to the year mark. And then, yeah, so that's where I'm at with that. It's great. It was no problem. It's just a bit of a, like, you really have to take your time with it. So that's where I'm at right now. So I'm really happy with all that. And I bought some new jewelry for myself, so that's cool. I've got some glass plugs coming, and I got some librettes for my lips for like the sun. So I got that going. It's great. But that's what I was doing yesterday, so that was fun. I also got a bookshelf yesterday. I did post this on Discord. I got a bookshelf, right? What punch? A conch punch. A conch punch is basically the conch of your ear, if you don't know what that is, it's basically the like bowl-shaped part of your ear that's like next to your like the hole, right? And it's basically, think of a piercing. Basically, right. I'm also incorrect because technically speaking, I didn't get a conch punch because that's illegal in the UK. But a conch punch basically is where they get a dermal punch, which is a circular knife, and they essentially just hole punch your ear, right? You can't get that in the UK, it's illegal. So what I had to get instead was a conch punch, but it was actually a like piercing just with a really big needle, like a really big fucking needle. It was a big needle, and then they stretched it up immediately. It was awful, agonizing experience. The second time round was fine, but the first time I almost passed out. I was like, this is horrible. The only piercing that I've ever been like, I don't want to do that again. And I'm like quite good with piercings, but that one I was like, it took me a long time to get my next one. And then the next one was like, no problem. I was like, you're fucking joking. Anyway, but then like the most recent one I've had the most problems with, so it's been excellent. But yeah, no, that's what that is. So if you're wondering, it's the most extreme body modification I've ever had. Just based on the size of the like needle. You got to keep in mind, standard piercing needles in the UK at least tend to be a 1.2 millimeters, and I got a 4 millimeter. No, I didn't even get that. I think I had a 3.5, and then they stretched it up to a 4 immediately. I'm not 100% sure on that though. That was a big fuck off needle, right? My dude, I have to go make lunch or I will die. Be right back. It's okay. See you in a bit. Rip. Stretchy. No, not stretchy. Very not stretchy. What punch? Okay, I keep mishearing that and thought you were swearing. What, a cunt punch? No. My dude, I got rid of that one. Most extreme body mod you've had? That's nothing. I've dyed my hair. Dude, I dye my hair every month. Well, yeah, it's like, it's not a small thing you get. It's like, if you want to know how, like, not small it is, the body shop that I go to, they will only do it for people that they know. And I've been going there for like quite some time. I don't go there anymore just because it's not close to me at all. But basically, like, I'm not going to say where it is just because I do sometimes still go, but like not as much. But yeah, no, I'm thinking of dyeing my hair to see how I look peppered. You only live once, my dude. I'd recommend. But yeah, no, if you want to know how extreme getting that done was, basically they won't do it for anyone that they don't really know the healing process of. Me, they know I heal quite quickly. So for me, it was like, they're like, yeah, you can get it done. And then first time I had it done, agonizing experience. Didn't sleep well for a while afterwards. It was not fun. And then the second one I got done didn't hurt at all. But what actually did happen was a shit ton of hair got stuck in the like piercing when they screwed on the back. And that caused a shit ton of problems. So unfortunately I had to change the piercing out a lot sooner than I would normally. Same with my like lip piercings. Like I didn't get hair stuck in that, but I had to change them out quite quickly. But yeah, it's just based on your anatomy. To me, I'm fortunate. Please listen to your piercer if they advise you to do something. Do it. Don't do what I did. I just know my body well enough, and they know that I know how to look after my piercings enough that every time I go in, they don't give me advice because they're like, you know what to do, and I'm like, I know what to do. I've had a lot of piercings in my life. I've had 19 piercings in total. Currently, I only have 16 in. I lost 2 recently. Yeah, wink wonk ones, you know, loved them to bits, took care of them like no one's business. Unfortunately, they surface piercings, and surface piercings tend to reject on people. Unfortunately, in my case, they rejected on me, which is a shame, but that's not to say I won't get them again in future. But yeah, no, that's that. So yeah, I got loads of jewelry, that was great. And then, what else happened? I got a bookshelf, new DVDs, so that's been cool. I've been dealing with that this morning. Oh my god, do Paul and I have too many DVDs? Did I get rid of any of them? Only one. And then this morning, I had a phone call from occupational health for my IRL job because I was off sick for quite some time. And they just asked me a shit ton of questions about my autism diagnosis, which was like, why am I having to explain this again? But they were super nice. It's the second time I've ever spoken to occupational health. First time I spoke to them, they had no idea what to ask me because the person who had been in charge of asking them to ask me these questions was a bitch and didn't really believe what I was telling them. So when they called, they were super confused when I told them what was going on, and they're like, oh, but that's normal. And I was like, yeah, I know. They're like, yeah, but there's no point to this call. There was that. And then, so basically, they agreed with everything I said. So guess who's getting her reasonable adjustments really, like, nailed down? Because if occupational health say they gotta do it, they gotta do it. So that's been super fun to get put in writing. So that's nice. So that's where I'm at with that. So that's why I was up this morning so early, and then I started dealing with the bookshelf. I was on time to stream. I came onto my computer, had some food. I was on time. I was on fucking time. And then I went on Discord. And I'm not going to talk about too much of some things, but there was a message in my Discord chat that was deleted. Don't worry, I'm fully aware of what was said. I'm not going to comment on that. It's not relevant. But for anyone that is in my Discord now, I'm just going to say here, I don't think I'll make an announcement over there about it. I am doing vlogging now. So if, which I thought I was doing before, apparently I wasn't. I'm a little bit cross about that. Thank you, Sapphire. I hate you. So Mina and I have been working in the background, but basically I've set it up now so that if you delete a message in my Discord, it will be logged. Because this is the second time someone's deleted a message and I've not had any evidence of what was said because Discord decided that their privacy agreement had to be changed, which, fuck you. Basically I've had to change it now so that I've got a bot. It will log the notifications. Please just assume whenever you type something, if you delete it, someone's seen it, right? Someone's gonna have seen it. If you're uncomfortable with the fact that I've got written down information, you need to really think about what you're posting online. That's just the truth of it. If you're like uncomfortable with the fact that I'm now logging your information, like, and this is what you're typing. So typing messages is not a problem, right? If you delete the messages, I have a backup of that is accessible to myself and Mina at this time, and will be available to whoever becomes overhead moderator on my Discord soon. One day, maybe. It will be accessible to all of us. The reason for this is just because this is the second time there's been a message on my Discord that someone's deleted. And I know the content of it was just on it, but it's like, I understand why it was deleted. The point being, because I can't keep an eye on these things, if something's said that's actually like harmful or goes against my terms and conditions, I need to know what's been said so that even if you've deleted it, I need to hold you accountable. That's just the reality of owning a server. I have to keep an eye on these things. Despite the fact that I'm not great at going on my phone, I need like logging. I've had to set that up, unfortunately, because it's the second time that something's been, and the apps that were set up to catch these not caught them. Problem. So please be aware that in future, if you type something and it is harmful, sensitive, goes against any of mine or Discord's terms and service, it will be handled accordingly. You have been warned. You've agreed to the rules on my server. You've agreed to the Discord app. That's on you, I'm afraid. I'm so sorry. I feel really bad about it because it's like, I don't want to have to enforce things on people, and what's happened isn't because, like, I want to stress that what was said on the Discord is not really something I'm coming after at the minute. the reason it's happened is because this is the second time that a message on my Discord has come up. Someone said, I'm not happy about this, and then that person's deleted it because, you know, that's fine. That's fine. Guess who's losing their mind? Welcome, Forest Mystic. That's a great name. Probably all of us. Welcome, welcome. So with that, I'm just being honest with you guys. I just need to know that your deleting stuff on my Discord is not going to be deleted, right? It's going to be deleted from public view, but myself and Mina, so the mods, can still see it. And I'm not changing that. If you're uncomfortable, I will understand if people leave the Discord over that, but realistically, you shouldn't be typing anything on Discord that you are concerned about people anyway. That's on you. I'm not here to, like, police that. I feel really bad, because I really didn't want to, like, have to hanker down on, like, the rating of my Discord. I know that's something that having a Discord server, but the problem is like, and I'm not going after anyone, I'm not crucifying anyone. Nothing that was said is kind of like, I think it was just taken the wrong way. I'm not commenting on it. I just need to stress that I worry that stuff will be said in the Discord, and then it's actually going after someone spreading misinformation, or spreading information is true on someone's identity, and then they delete it thinking that, oh yeah, but Jasper didn't see it. It's like, yeah, but someone else who it might matter to might have, and that's the point. So I need to, like, actually crack down on that. It probably won't mean anything. If I feel, you guys know the rules. If I feel like it's warnable, I'll warn you. If you've been warned, it stays. That's on you. It's just, there's a lot of things. I'm not gonna get into it too much. I'm just saying, it's the main point I'm just trying to get to. TLDR, you are not deleting anything permanently on my Discord anymore, okay? It's being logged. It won't be publicly viewable, but I will see it. And if I deem it inappropriate for any reason, because I still retain the rights to, like, remove you, ban you, or anything like that, it will happen. Unfortunately, I didn't have the evidence. I can't do anything about that, and I can't, and it won't. But in future, they're being logged, so I can refer back to them. Okay. For the best, so we can handle all situations. Exactly. I'm not the police, okay? I'm not your mom. I'm not out here, like, going after people, right? But, you know, because this is the second time someone's said something, deleted it, and I've not caught it, I have to kind of look into alternative options. Unfortunately, one of those alternative options was recommended by multiple sources. I installed it, talked to Mina about it. Mina was like, don't do that. And so I deleted it. And it's caused all sorts of problems on my computer. I'm not going to go into it because of various reasons. But Jesus Christ, guys, the first Google search is not always the best answer. I'm just saying. God damn it. I'm so annoyed. It's caused all sorts of fuck ups on my computer. When I started streaming this morning, right, I went to open the chat, and what I usually do with the chat box, and this is why it was late, because it was causing problems. Usually when I open stream, I'll open Twitch, and then I'll go onto my channel, and then I'll go onto the chat icon, and then from the chat icon, I'll do what's called a pop-out chat, which is like an option you can do. So I'll pop out the chat, and I popped out the chat this morning, and it disappeared, and I don't know what happened to it, and I tried it again, it did it again. I don't know what happened to it, so I did some looking around, restarted the computer, tried it again, it didn't work. Then someone online was like, you can just look up your Twitch channel and then chat, and it'll do the same thing. So I've done that, so I've still got the chat on my screen, because fucking OBS chat doesn't let you do shit. I can't delete messages or anything, it's terrible, because we've had problems with that in the past, so that's been nice. I didn't say not to. No. But you advised that it wasn't a great idea. But, like, we're not sitting here discussing it, Mina. Mina's looking out for me, okay? This is not an argument. but it's caused all sorts of problems on my computer. I don't know if it's linked or if these problems were already there, but like, Jesus Christ, it's a bit worrying because the pop-out chat just doesn't work anymore for me, which is excellent. And then I opened VTube Studio and my model had crashed. So I don't know what's happened to my files, but I'm a little bit concerned. So if I have problems on Thursday, you know why. Shouldn't be too much of an issue. I managed to get everything working this morning, but that's why I'm so late, because I had to deal with Discord this morning and then to come on and then try and do this, and then it was like, about that. At least your model doesn't continuously crash on your PC like certain dumbasses, bruh. My model, it used to crash when we first started streaming. It used to crash quite a lot. But that was more because of my webcam I don't have many USB ports on my computer, so I plugged in what I thought was my desk mat into my DVD drive, and it turned out it was my webcam, and I was streamed like that for a couple weeks before it kept crashing, and then I was like, oh, I've done an oopsie there. That was why that happened. But yeah, no, my model doesn't crash. It's not intensive enough. But you see is what you get with my model. But yeah. And also, to be fair, if you're referring to Mina's a 3D model. It takes a lot more processing power. Mine doesn't. If it's Mimi's, not that I know Mimi's crashes or anything. Oh, you? Oh, sorry. I was gonna say if it's Mimi's, then I think hers is just quite a big model. It's got a lot of overlays on it. Mine is literally like just exactly like a solid unit. I don't think there's anything hidden on my model. No. I think there's like, I think I got pasties on under this. When I think about it, I'm like, when did I design the model? I remember getting really uncomfortable when I was first like drawing up the like skin details of my model, and fucking because she just had straight up her boobies out, right? I didn't bother with like, there was no vagina to worry about because that was just covered with tights, but like the booba, there was no bra or anything. I had to put pasties on her just so I could work, because I was like, there is too much flesh on my screen right now. It genuinely made me uncomfortable. It was so stupid. Anyway, I did falsely blame her for the longest time. Oh dear. Well, yeah, so she had pasties for all. I think I did remove them when I sent it off to the rigger. So the person who rigged my model. In other news as well, I've also been doing a lot of research on logo. The logo. I'm getting to it, people. I'm at that final stage finally. I'm like cracking down on it. So that's nice. So that should be at some point done. Look, I found my artist. I think I've got an artist in got a font in mind, I think. Obviously, I know the layout. I've known the layout for ages. I found out how to turn off the clothing on my model. Bruh, what? But Booba, no! But I just never draw nipples on my characters. I didn't have nipples on mine. It was just like smooth like a Barbie doll. But I think there was just something like inherently like, this is like, I feel like I'm looking at something I shouldn't kind of thing. Dude, someone in my workplace, right? I'm not gonna go into detail about why or anything that's happened. It's just, it was a hot day and someone had come in and been out in the hot and then come into like a hotter environment. It was just like, you know what? And this is a bloke, before anyone's like, oh my god, it's a bloke. Straight out just took their top off, right? Right in front of me. I actually was so shell-shocked, I started crying. I straight up, like, I had to turn away and I was so upset. I genuinely teared up. And I ran to Paul and I was like, oh, this happened. And they left their shirt off for 20 minutes. And I was just like, this is inappropriate. I was so upset. I was so upset. I was like, this is not something I want to look at. Sounds so stupid. I sound like a prudist, but like genuinely, I'm like, I've got a real thing about flesh. I used to have a real problem with flesh, and then I got older and I grew out of it, and then recently I've started getting a problem with flesh again. So I'm not really sure what's going on with that. So prude, I know. I'm like not. I will quite happily sit here and say my channel's 18+. We talk about not safe for work stuff all the time. I am quite happy to have a not safe for work stuff. Oh, another thing, if anyone missed the update, the Woo chat is back up and running. You can post anything, well, within the rules. You can post things on there now, not a problem. What happened was, like, obviously with the UK law changing, now to view 18 plus content or stuff labeled as plus, you have to declare your age, which is in many ways good. I can see why a lot of people were upset by it. Unfortunately, there's not my place to comment. But that meant that I lost access to my 18 plus channel on my Discord for 24 hours, which was excellent. I didn't have anything I could do about that for a while. I sorted it, it's fine. But Jesus Christ, was that a bit of a like, oh god. It's not the first time I've had to confirm my age on a website with my ID, so I'm not too worried about it, but I can see why a lot of people are upset by the fact that they have to do that now. For me, it's not a problem. I've got ID, I can do it. I don't like the ones where it's like, we need to scan your face. It's like, you're not gonna get anything from my face. I like my flesh consensual. Exactly. I don't think that's a bad thing. I don't think that's a bad thing, you know? Jiggly flesh, I feel that. Oh. Don't worry. All the fun stuff. Time to make a better internet with blackjack and hookers. Dude, I do understand. I mean, let's face it, we're all adults here. Back in my day, right? When I was like 16, coming into the internet, I was accessing content that I shouldn't have been because there was nothing in place to stop you from viewing 18 besides your own shame. And that's not to say I was going on like wink wonk websites, you know. I wasn't like looking at corn on the cob cereal, if you catch my drift. I wasn't accessing anything like that because I was too scared. But things like, you know, I was reading fan fiction was probably too old for me, and piercing websites as well, body modification websites are also 18 plus, and my internet blocked it for a bit, and then I had to get my parents to turn that off because I can't look up how to look after my piercings if you guys leave it blocked, so I got them to turn that off. And you know, I was accessing stuff that maybe at that age I shouldn't have been. It makes me as a 18 plus streamer a lot more comfortable to know that, you know, there's something in place that if I do decide to do stuff, which I'm not gonna be, sorry to burst your bubble, not likely to happen anytime soon, if at all. But if I was to go on stuff like that, or to make my channel more sort of not safe for work, at least I know that children aren't just going to be wandering onto the screens accidentally, you know? I don't know how much Twitch is like implementing this service. I haven't seen anything about it, and I'm really sorry if it does and you can't access my streams without confirming your age. I can't do anything legally. I can't. It's law. But it does make me feel a bit better in terms of like running like a Discord server, you know. It's also just, I'm not policing anyone as well. If you don't have access to Discord, if they do implement the 18 plus stuff for things like the streams, I can't do anything about that. It's up to you to decide how you want to proceed with that, if that's through or if it's through confirming your ID. That's up to you. If you don't, and they do it for stuff like Twitch and stuff, I can't do anything about that. But like Discord, I'm not policing, if that makes sense. But with the streams, I haven't seen anything about it so far. It probably will happen, just because of what I've seen on like X and stuff. I don't know how I feel about that. It's gonna cause issues with viewership, but that's just the reality of me, streamer, and these things happen. I don't think I can sit here and say in all honesty that I'm upset by this happening, because I'm not. Realistically, I don't stream for monetary purposes or anything. I don't rely on streams for income or anything because they have a job. I do it for fun. But that being said, I know this is going to affect people who do it for a job, and that's just the unfortunate reality of, you know, at the minute. I don't know. I don't want to get political, man, but like, I don't know what the fuck our government is doing at the minute. They came in and they're like, we're going to focus on things that, you know, this isn't me getting political, but the Labour came in and they're like, we're going to focus on the things that Tories didn't want to deal with. And then they've started focusing on really nitty-gritty stuff that's like, what the fuck is the point in that? You know, like, the fucking vape ban. I'm not against, like, people, like, getting rid of disposable vapes. As you guys know, it was the thing that pushed me to give up vaping. But, like, Jesus Christ, like, what the fuck is the point? It's like, what? There are so many things that need attention. Like, the fact that, like, in Cornwall, like, genuinely in the rest of the country, everywhere has got so many potholes that most mechanical failures in cars are literally caused by potholes, right? And then our government is like, you know what's really pressing matter right now? Disposable vapes. We're gonna ban them. And it's like, can you stop? Like, can you focus on the stuff that actually matters? Jesus Christ. That being said, they did focus on the autism services and the ADHD services, so I'm not complaining too much because that helped me out a lot. But yeah, it was, oh man. It's just sometimes I'm a bit like, hang on, what's the point? And then they've brought in this 18 plus thing, and I'm like, what is the fucking point? I'm like, are you just censoring the internet for what? Who for who? Who cares? Like, I'm sorry, there is no one in the Labour office that is like, I was not a young teenage boy, because let's face it, it's all men trying to, like, point the finger at the internet for causing their porn addictions. I'm sorry. Like I told my boyfriend before you guys, not my boyfriend, but my ex-boyfriend before you guys, genuinely, if you're a bloke on the internet complaining about how porn is so accessible and it causes issues for younger men, you're not addressing the issue that, you know, you don't have to look it up. Like, I'm sorry, but like, I'm sorry if this is like actually like maybe just a bit tone deaf, but like, genuinely annoys me so much when it's men. It's usually men. It really annoys me. I'm not trying to be derogatory, but it's usually men, young men, or like middle-aged men that come on the online and they complain like, oh, one's directed at the young male audience. It's like, no, it's not. It's just there. I'm sorry. But, like, yeah, if you're interested in it, that's fine. Like, and there's no shame in that. I understand porn addiction's a real problem. But it's like, there are ways around that doesn't need the government to censor the internet. I'm sorry. Like, hot take. I mean, I've had it before. Sorry. Look away and dang it. Back in your day, what, 2 years ago? I'm 24. Well, I'm 24 soon. I'm 24 in a little bit. In the next couple of weeks, at some point, I will turn 24. No, you guys won't know when it is. You don't know the agony of waiting 1 hour for one image and then someone makes a phone call and you lose the whole thing. Dude, like, pixel, like, loading just sections and sections of the page. And it, like, takes half an hour for you to just see one nipple. I do know about that. Have you seen all the vape poisonings from the dodgy vapes? That was back when Juul things were still a thing. But yeah, it's like, I completely, like, respect the whole, like, vape ban thing because, like I said, like, it was the thing that got me off vaping. But, like, genuinely, like, I'm just a bit like, what's the point? It's like, hang on, what's the point? Can you, like, focus on the, like, maybe, like, things that people are asking? I don't want to say too much because I'm like, I think at that point it'd be getting political, but there are so many things that the government could be focusing on other than that. As far as I'm concerned, the whole, like, education system, we've talked about this several times on stream, the whole education system, not only in the UK, but in the UK at the minute, from my experience, needs a huge overhaul by the government, right? They won't deal with it. And it really, really pisses me off. And it's just like, what is the, what, sorry, what is the point of you guys going through, like, we're integrating, like, we're doing a internet censorship, that's pressing, and it's like, can you maybe focus on the education first? Like, can you focus on, like, people getting an education first, please? I think there are bigger issues that people could deal with, and also like again, I don't want to. I think it is getting a bit into political territory right now, but there are like a lot of things that the government is a bit like. I was all for Labour coming. I don't vote Labour. I'm not saying who I vote because that's getting political, but like when the Tories got kicked out, it was great. You know, Tories had the government for way too long. It was kind of going off a environment that doesn't exist anymore. Realistically, the Tories would, you know, long overdue an overhaul, right? And then Labour came in, and everyone's like, "This is great." And then it really wasn't, and I'm just not really sure. Like, it's it removed my faith in everything. I will still vote, but like, it genuinely upsets me. Like, we've had like bus services cut in Cornwall. Like, Cornwall gets like the shit end of the fucking rest of the UK. It's so shit. I don't want to talk about this anymore because it's getting political. But yeah, sorry. Yeah, no, it's not just them being silly over vapes. No, it's I'm using it as an example. I just think that they're focusing on the wrong things. But like, the vape poisoning thing was like that was a lot. Like, I mean, it's not remove the problem as far as I'm concerned. People that vaped religiously just went on to, you know, reusable ones. Sorry, hate to break it to you, that's not gonna work. And then they started looking into like smoking bans outside public places. I'm like, that's not gonna work. That's not gonna work. I literally go to a pub where their smoking like area is out the back. So like it's not gonna happen, you know? Anyway, young man, there's no need to feel down. I said, young man, stop watching corn. Yeah, like I just think that the internet censorship is a bit of a like shady one. I think that it's just a bit of a bad way to kind of go about doing, like, if maybe they brought in a way to like, I don't know, you're basically putting your information onto the internet and trusting that sort of it for like other reasons, you know. And I get why people are skeptical about that. I don't want to talk about it too much, but like, oh, dial up. Yeah, but Jessa didn't have the dial up modems that you had you putting a phone receiver on it. Dude, guys, how young do you think I am? Like, yeah, I didn't have dial up, I will give you that. But like, the internet still was funny when my dad used the landline, okay? I had a landline. I've always had a landline. Moving house into my new place, I don't have a landline here, and it's crazy to me that a landline isn't a thing. And what upsets me more is like talking to people at my workplace. Whenever we get a new starter, and they're younger than me, and you talk about a landline, and they're like, "What the fuck is a landline?" It's like, oh, I feel so old. It's like, I know what dial-up is, right? But like, it's the fact that kids these days don't know what a landline is. It's the fact that you could call someone and then your mum could pick up the phone downstairs and it's like listening to the entire conversation. It's just horrible. And then you give your friend your phone number and she calls the wrong place and ends up with a Chinese takeaway. Oh my god. And she lives across the road, so there's no point. Oh, it's so dumb. And so your dad being like, don't use the landline, use your mobile, it's cheaper. And it's like, so why do we still have a landline then? I moved out and they still have the landline. It's because they don't teach you to live. They teach you to pass exams, the same as driving tests don't teach you to drive, they teach you how to pass the test. Yeah, I mean, Paul and I constantly argue because he's the worst at reversing the car. I can say that he's not here, I have no shame. If he's watching the stream, Paul, I love you dearly, but like, man, you can't drive. I'm sorry. He like, literally, like, he's got the tiniest car, he's got a Citroen, right? Tiniest thing. He used to have a, I forgot what it's called. Chrysler. He used to have a Chrysler, which is like a passenger bus, right? Huge thing, okay? And then the mechanic crashed it, so we had to get a new car. And then he got a fucking Citroen. the thing is half the size of the Chrysler, and he still drives around and like parks like it's the Chrysler. He's like, I'm not reversing back, I'll have no room. I'm like, how fucking big do you think the car is? And I'm like, dude, this is like the tiniest ass car I've ever seen. We can't even get like a shelving unit in the back. I'm sorry. Like, so dumb. Anyway. He always argues with me. I'm always like, I could reverse this better. He's like, you can't even drive. I'm like, no, I can't drive legally. I can drive. I know how to drive. I drove a motorbike for several years. I still have a motorbike. I don't have a license for it anymore, but I have a motorbike. You didn't have to learn programming to launch the internet or video games. I was conscious during the 80s. No, but I did have a dad who did teach me that stuff. But dude, what I love is I'll go to like, I can't remember what it was. I think I went to Mankind, which is a shop in the UK. We were somewhere. Oh? That was a bit terrifying. So many ghosts. I'm gonna be like paranoid about it now. There was like just having a strunk. No, there was like a face in my doorway. And I was like, I thought it was Paul, and then I was like, that's not Paul. Paul didn't come home. Not the first. We get all sorts of fucking ghosts here, dude. Like Paul's dad visits all the time, and like you can always tell. Anyway. How dicey was your town growing up? I'm not discussing the history of my town or my village, or whatever you want to call it, because I will dox myself. What were we talking about? Oh yeah, no, I was in Mankind with Paul, and we were looking at like one of those. We were looking in the like cabinet. And it had I can't remember what they're called, but it had one of those really old, like, keyboards you used to have to buy the parts for, right? And you used to have to build it. And it had, like, a little digital screen at the top. And you would program it. It would give you, like, a little guidebook. And you would program a video game on it. And I was telling him about it. He had no idea what I was on about. And I was like, oh, man. I grew up like with one of those in the attic, and my dad would always tell me about it because it was from my dad's childhood, and Paul is not as old as my dad. So he had no idea, but I was fascinated that I knew, so that was that. I hope people know what I'm on about. But yeah, that was like how you used to play games. There was a landline number I remember, but I don't know what it's for. It wasn't ours. I can remember my parents' landline off by heart, but I'm not saying it because it's still an active number. You had to know the number of home family members and local pizza shops. I mean, I wasn't allowed to use the landline really ever. But when I was finally allowed to like call family and stuff on it, this was when we had one with a screen on it, so I could find the like phone directory on it. But like when I was really young, we had one of those wall ones, like one of the beige ones, like that you like pick up, and it like was so weird. Like it was weird because sometimes it would ring, but the newer landline wouldn't, and we never really understood why. But it was someone trying to call us on the newer landline, so we were like, what on earth is going on? It's the same number. They should have both called, but never mind. Anyway, and what also baffled me is my mum would always use that old landline to call the medical centre. And I was like, why? And she's like, well, because it's quicker. I'm like, they're the same phone. I'm like, why do you need a different one for like, I don't know. They had it up for years. I don't know if it's still up. But we had one of those. I wasn't allowed to call anyone on that, but I wouldn't have been able to anyway because it was one that had phone numbers on it. But it was the one that always rang if I called from like home or if I was somewhere and they're like, what's your parents' number? I was like, oh, it's this. And then they would like that number. So I could call my parents. I've known my parents' landline since I was able to walk because they didn't want me to like get into a situation where I had to call people I didn't know. So I've always known my always known my phone number. When I was in primary school, when they would call your name at registration, you wouldn't say yes. You would recite your landline number so you knew that you knew it if you ever got asked. That's kind of smart, but like, what? Do they check if you get it right? You just say a bunch of random numbers and hope for the best. How did I see with your town growing up? Somewhat, not really, kinda. We'll go with that. I was asking that to Mimi. I had to recite her phone number growing up. Oh. Fairs. I think it's more just that it's just smart. Or maybe my school just didn't care if I lived or died. Mine didn't either. Didn't live in a town, lived in the middle of nowhere, but they wanted us to be able to get home if ever lost somewhere. Whenever I went abroad or like to London or something, because I'm not from there, with my parents, but they would always give us like a tattoo of their phone number. Like they'd always like write on the phone number onto our skin, which was fucking great because I have like psoriasis. So like it was like it would give me all sorts of problems. But yeah. And then we started getting bracelets. And then you just sweat because it was the middle of summer and the number would just rub off. It was great. Fucking, I'm so glad that I never got lost. My parents really didn't think about these things. They just did what was cheapest. Oh wait, I just remembered a second landline number. Weird. They had them written down. Yeah. You say a tattoo a phone number? That's a bad idea for several reasons. No, like a permanent tattoo. When I was a kid, they would like just write. We were going somewhere, border to London or something. They would write our like landline number or my mother's mobile number onto our arm, just so that if we ever got like separated, like the advice I was always told as a kid was you get separated, go to a police officer, go to someone with a high vis. That was always what I was told, is go to someone with a high vis and like show them your arm or show them the bracelet and get them to call us, which was great. Yeah. Just hope it wasn't on your left forearm. Why? Ow. If that's what I don't think so, but yeah. Anyway, I'm gonna take a break real quick and then we'll go into Stardew Valley, okay, people? Okay. Bye bye. And I'm back. Feeling really rough. Welcome, Adora. Good to see you. Good to see you. Remember a guy got a tattoo of his favorite type of ore mine in emoji. It's weird to think about all the low-tech stuff you had to do before mobile phones became available. Yeah. That's commitment, and it looks pretty dumb if he ever leaves the game. Yeah. I mean, that's always the risk with video game tattoos, though, in general. I mean, still be a fond memory. This is very true. I, like, really, really wanted to get, like, a huge Overwatch tattoo, right? Still do. But I, got something. I don't have any tissue or anything. I'll just put it there for now. I like... I just realized the game audio is playing, but you guys aren't seeing anything. Oh, I'm so sorry. True, but it could be an inside joke years later, but I wouldn't recommend it. I mean, I think with getting any kind of tattoo to do with your interests, you're always at risk of, like, falling out of love with that. Like, when people get celebrities and stuff in their, like, bodies, I'm always like, what if that celebrity does something? Like, I don't want to have a debate about people's history or anything, but the amount of people that I saw get Marilyn Manson tattoos, right? Right? Singer. And then, obviously, all that stuff came out, and it was like, it's just like, it's just always a bit of a bad one. I mean, I got game characters tattooed in a symbol, but I don't know about ore. I mean, you could, if it's a real ore, you could still, like, talk about it. Rock and stone, Mimi, don't war shame. A guy at work started wearing shorts. It's warm, but now he looks like a dwarf for some reason. Night, y'all. I'm falling asleep. Good night, oldest man. Raw. Have a good sleep. Have a good sleep. Oh, wait. Does it make it automatically? Whoa. Am I just going to permanently have coffee? Excellent. I'll put it in the fridge because I don't like hot coffee. Can I make an oil machine now? Is that a thing? I'm also getting really overwhelmed by the music. I mean, it's still playing for you guys, so... I would never get a celebrity tattoo for that exact reason. What if they do something? Yeah, it's like... It's always a bit of a wild one I see, like, people getting tattoos of things they love and then finding later that they don't love it anymore. And I'm always a bit sad about that one, because for me, like, I planned my tattoos pretty much completely when I was 18, right? Knew what I wanted, still know what I wanted. Has any of that changed? Maybe one or two, but not really stuff that I would have got, like, until, like, I thought about it for several years anyway. So, there's that. But, for me, it's like, you gotta kind of, like, keep in mind when you do these sort of things, like, the longevityness of it. Not that I'm one of those people that turn around and say, like, what if you regret it? Because realistically, any body modification, it's like, you're always gonna have that, what if I regret it? It's like, you know, that's just the reality of getting shit like that done, you know? But for me, it's like, I know what I want, I know what I like, and I know what I like now, and I know what I would like in several years' time. I am probably gonna get a tattoo next month. I got something coming up, and I'm really excited. So, but I don't think I'll get anything like specific. I have a fuck it arm, right? I have, so my body wise, in terms of tattoos and stuff, Mimi, you okay? Your cat sit on the key. Pinoto says hi. Hi, Pinoto. For me, it's like, tattoo-wise, I've always, like, known what I want, but I've got my whole body planned out, right? So I have my left forearm is what I call, what the tattoo artist I spoke to last year called my fuck it arm. The arm that I get all the tattoos that I don't have planned, like, done on. I've got some that I want to get on that arm, but they're not, like, related to anything else, so. But in terms of, like, ooh, hello. If you can read this, come to Secret Woods. Please bring maple syrup. Ooh. Me, it's like, I've got a fuck it arm, but then my left forearm is my fuck it arm. My left top arm, like the shoulder part, I don't have planned. I, like, come up with ideas occasionally, but, like, not really anything substantial, and I'm not sure what I'll get yet. But I'll get something at some not. I know he doesn't. It's a chicken. Um. Like, I've got planned my left leg is gonna be the one that I get all the gaming tattoos on, and then my right leg, I'm gonna get, like, a big, like, wolf piece, like, with 5 wolves on it. There is a reason for that. I'm not gonna go into detail about it. That's personal. But what I want, that's what I'm gonna get. And I've got my back. I had my back planned. I went and got something on my back. I had it half done. Didn't really like it. Can I do anything about it? No. Will I do anything about it? No. So for me, it's like, I got that planned. And then I was thinking, oh yeah, and my right arm is gonna be the one that I get, like, films and stuff that I'm really into, like, stuff for. So I'll get, like, anime stuff. Oh, hello. That smell, come closer. Not every day I get to speak to a human. Looks like you got a little forest magic in you. Now, about my note, did you bring the good stuff? Why does he look so... Ha ha ha, that smell! This is really sweet stuff. My favorite sauce. It makes me very happy. Oh. You've made a friend today, Jasper. Why am I still backing away? He's my friend. I've got something special I want to show you. The The bear left you with his special knowledge. Theo. Salmon berries and blackberries are now worth 3 times the gold. Excellent. Forest Mystic redeemed drink. Oh, thank you, Forest Mystic. I will drink to that. And drink, whack ass, drink. All right, all right. What's that? What's that? Go to the creepy woods and Mimi maple syrup. I don't know. Mimi lets us have asbestos. Sounds like Mimi. Tattoo wise, yeah. So I've got all that planned. I got my back done. I didn't listen. Like, every advice, right, always tells you that you need to stand up for yourself towards tattoo artists. If, like, they're trying to pressure you into something you're not happy with or you feel pressured, don't, like, go for it. Obviously, my tattoo artist didn't pressure me, but I did let them convince me that a smaller pair of wings was better. And then I got it done, and then I went home, and I wasn't happy with it. Unfortunately, the tattoo artist has since gone out of business. So I don't have to kind of continue with it if I don't want. It means I've got more opportunity to choose something else now, which I think I am going to do. I'm going to get, like, a second pair of wings, so I'm not too worried about how small the top ones are. But, yeah, that's where I'm at with that. But I got plans, so it's all good, baby, don't worry. But yeah, so that's where I'm at. Yeah, tattoos are something you should really think about. I mean, I'm a body modification enthusiast, but I don't get things on the fly. If I've got something, it's because I've thought about it long term. You know, when I got my tattoo last year, from like a tattoo convention, I went around the whole like place and I thought about it quite a lot. And there were several different artists I would have loved to have gotten tattoos from, but I just couldn't see long term of me enjoying anything that they made. It wasn't really my vibe, that sort of thing. But this one I was like, I really like it. I get so many people come up to me and say it's a Pikachu tattoo, though. I had someone do it last Saturday and I was really cross about it because it's like, it's not a Pikachu, it's just a rabbit. So I got that tattoo. Yeah, so I got that. I haven't got any more tattoos this year planned. I've got some thoughts. I almost booked one the other day, but I just can't really bring myself to at the minute. But I'm, oh fuck. Something just fell out my ear. Haven't got any piercings planned this year, so tattoo would be the sensible. How many, I wonder how many fucking wood I've got now. Oh, I've got other things I want to talk about. Guys, I bought a desk chair. I finally did it. I committed, and I have put in the funds to get a desk chair. So I paid £140 for a fabric one. I specifically didn't want a certain type of breathable fabric, and I definitely didn't want leather. So I've got another kind. So it cost me a bit more, but I got a desk chair. It's green. I'm very excited. It's coming sometime next week, I think. I'm at the end of this week, actually. Oh my god, it's at the end of this week. Gets arm cut off. 'Tis nothing but a scratch, a mere flesh wound. Yeah, I really want to get like I got that, and then once I get that here, I'll bring the desk over with the chair, and then I'll have my streaming set up again. Really excited. I really am. I'm really excited. Yeah, that was my little treat to my little birthday treat to myself. We're almost at 200 pieces of hardwood. Not long now. There's 200 pieces of hardwood, it was 5 batteries, and... there's a certain amount of iridium bars, and I can't remember what it was. I know for a fact that I don't have. So how much is it? Make a... fuck, it's hardwood. God damn it. Okay, I just need to... Alright, we'll go and see if we've got any crayfish. Yeah, so I bought a desk chair. I'm very happy. I'm really excited because that's gonna come soon, and then because it will get delivered to my parents' house. Because if you didn't know, my house I can't take post just because our letterbox is not big enough. Fuck off. Our letterbox is not big enough for like proper packages or anything. That being said, I've got all my jewelry coming to the house, and I'm a bit nervous about it because I really don't want them to send it to my next door neighbor if it doesn't fit. She's a bit she's, I don't know, she just seems like she doesn't really want to, you know, deal with all the right, but never mind. Welcome, Crimson. Morning, Jasper in chat. Welcome, welcome. Good to see you. Good to see you. Yeah, so desk chair was the big expense. I'm still working on the logo, but I just got to get all my pieces added together, get some examples of fonts I like. From there, I had to do some experimenting with that one. But hopefully... Phew, I'm exhausted. Patients are still healthy, so it was a good day. Ah. this for me? It's my favorite stuff. It's like you read my mind. Of course I did. I love you. Bones. Me. What else I need? I've been looking into getting some artwork for the stream, so I'm still working on that one. There's damage to my farm. Excellent. Oh, fuck! I didn't read it. I think it was something about the egg fest. Ah, I got nothing. Sorry, can't type without going to sleep. She gets cranky, lol. Sorry. I know. So good. Not doing so good on the farm simulator side of things, but oh, like destroying the fucking. Oh, I do know what I gotta get. I am working on some things behind the scenes of things I want to do, and one of those things requires me to maybe look into getting webcam. So, I'm not gonna go into too much detail about that one though. Okay. You're gonna give me absolutely fuck all, aren't you? Woodcutters Weekly. Okay, we get the Harvey portrait. Fuck it, we've got the money. We'll get it. Yeah, no, so that's happening. I'm trying to do all the stuff that I can afford to do at the minute because eventually I'm going to get to that point where I have to kind of sit down and actually go, okay, now's the time to look into getting the drawing tablet. And I just, because I've promised so much with the streams, like, so far, it just seems a bit, like, it would seem cheap of me to be like, hey guys, like, can you, like, help me with this thing? And then I've not actually put in, like, any work in the sides to get any of the other stuff that I've said about doing done. So that's where I'm at with that. I have no room. Excellent. Excellent. Hmm. What? Where the fuck has he gone? Why is it the shopkeepers and never when you need them, you know? Fucking, imagine having a fucking life outside of fucking serving at your own fucking shop. Fucker. So Jasper, have you given any thoughts to if you would like any sound alerts? Shit, I've not thought about that, currently. Hey, maybe look, it's, Elliot. Fresh air in this valley is good for the body and mind. Quick stroll outdoors always invigorates me. Hell yeah, beefcake, as Maddie would say. Is he? I don't know about beefcake, but sure. Oh yeah. No, I haven't. I'm working on some of the stuff. I'm working on some things. I'm fucking getting there. I want a fucking crayfish, man. Is that too much to ask? Shit. Fuck. Where is he? Where is he? Where's the money, Lebowski? Absolutely no use. So why am I still running around with a fucking turtleneck on? You know what? At this rate, he's not getting my fucking money. I'm gonna go to the fucking mines and do it myself. He's gone to the bar and he's flirting with fucking Emily. Hmm. Oh, fuck. No, I got shit tons of stuff I need to work on with the streets. I mean, one of the big things at the minute is, like, I need to really, like, I really want to start upgrading, like, my assets because, yeah, we're coming up to 2 years of streaming. I think it's about time that I maybe thought about, like, upgrading some stuff like that. Obviously, like, the model can't change. I haven't got anything planned for the model. I've got no fucking... for one, I got no money for that, but also because it's just not really something that I think that I need right now. But assets like the loading screens and stuff, I think that it might be time for me to start thinking about getting some upgrades for that. We have the seasonal ones, I just haven't like haven't actually upgraded the base ones. Ooh, exciting, is it? But the logo is going to make a big difference in that, so hopefully I'll have some. Sam's Holiday shopping list. Everyone's favourite: Sebastian's Frozen Tear, Sashimi, Penny, Emerald, Poppy, Vincent, Grape, Cranberry Candy, Crispy Bass, Pancakes, Risotto, Roast Bar. Oh shit. I mean, I don't want to, like, I don't want to do too much at once, just because the, well, for one, I'm literally not dedicating any money to my house either. I literally have not, I've still got no couch, right? Spool and I are like, oh fuck, that's a lot of money, you know? I'm over here like, I'm gonna spend investment, but like, no couch. Oh shit. Ah! Couch is more important. Yeah, but we got beanbags. We're not like sound before. You know what? I'm making him commit to that fucking beanbag. He insisted that they were fine and we didn't need a couch if we had a beanbag. Then I'm over here like, yeah, but like, we're kind of stuffed a bit. Never mind. Couches are expensive. Not only are they expensive, I can't get one, like, here. Like, in terms of getting a couch, like, we're a bit, like, we're in a bit of a predicament, because our doorway is not all big. And, like, I don't really know how we're supposed to get a couch in here. And then, also, the, oh my god. then just the... Gotta find time, I guess, than anything. Couches are just a bit of a wild one. It's just like, I would like a black couch. Ideally corduroy. Is that too much to ask for? Yes, apparently so. Because every fucking website, right, that does couches and stuff, every, like, online retailer that does couches is like, you know what would be a great idea if we got one of these really, like, uncomfortable ass looking sofas that are literally just there for looking at. And it's like, yeah, but what happened to the, like, comfort sofas? And also, why are all the comfort sofas in fucking beige? I'm on a bit of a rampage about it. It annoys me a lot. We get so caught up on things. The problem is we need a lot of stuff to do in this house, but like shit just keeps kind of like happening, and then it sort of takes over, and then we're just like, oh, but what about this? And then also Paul's got kids, so he's got to pay for... Whoa. Paul's got kids, and it's just like, money-wise, we're not really in a position ever to buy fucking a couch. No! No! Fuck! Jasper? Jasper, wake up. Oh, my honey. You were gone so long, I started to get worried about you. I almost had a heart attack when I saw your limp body. Why does he look so hacked off with me? What the hell? Bruh, don't just abandon me. Oh, I seem to have lost... Ah, what? I lost 3,700 gold and 3 items from my backpack. Are you kidding? Okay, they're not really. I mean, the void essence might... Jeez, man. Why do you look so hacked off? I can't. Oh, he gave me the hardwood. You think he's still mad at me? We'll do one more day. This for me, it's my favorite stuff. It's like you read my mind. I should rank it in front of him. You know, this journal of tendon dynamics is actually bearable when I'm reading out here. Good for you, man. Desperate, found your lost item. Be more careful next time. It would have been nice if you found my fucking money. These previous chat messages paint an interesting picture if you come back and read them one after another. Well, what can I say? We're an interesting kind of group. Can you not just sell Harvey? I'm tempted. Oh, Mimi, looks like it's time to shear you. I had a fat bob outside my window this morning. If you're not sure what a fat bob is, it's a pigeon. But I had one outside my window this morning, and it was all fluffed up because he was like chilling in the fucking wind, and he was sleepy boy. He was so cute. I was so happy. I love birds, dude. Love birds. Birds are the best. Can't wait to like know if we're gonna stay here long term because guys, I'm gonna get a bird. I'm gonna get a bird. We get a birdie boy or a girl. I'm not sure. Birdie baby. Gonna get a birdie. It's our critter. Hello there, Jaspy. Hello there, Rat Satan. Good to see you. Good to see you. The Egg Festival. The Egg Festival? Oh, okay. But yeah, I've got to absolutely slaughter. Well, that sounds terrible. I gotta like absolute No, that doesn't sound any better. I gotta like destroy these children in the egg fucking hunt, you know? I gotta win. I gotta win. You can make hot pepper wine. Worth a shot. I think the traveling. Birds are pretty loud. You sure you're gonna be okay with that? I had one. I had a bird. His name was Derek. I loved him very much. You used to be able to hear him on like my early streams, like a long time ago. You could hear him in the background. Unfortunately, we lost him on February. No, it might have been January actually. It was January 2023. So we lost him. He was a green cheek conure, so not one of the noisier birds, but definitely one of the more bitier kinds. He was my boy. He was my baby. I loved him so much. I still love him. He's my boy. I miss him dearly. But yeah, no, we lost him, and I kind of it was a bit of a bittersweet moment because it meant the transition of events from Derek dying meant that I got with Paul at the time, but yeah, it was not a nice situation to be in. Yeah, so in terms of loudness, not really a problem. Because I love them. I love birds. I love them so much. But I probably wouldn't get another green cheek. Mainly because the green cheek in my heart will always be Derek. The green cheek shaped hole in my heart will always be for Derek. So I'll get a different bird. But Paul and I really like African greys. So not African greys, Indian ringnecks. So we're gonna get an Indian ringneck probably. And Gonna see about getting one of those, but only if they let us stay here, like if they extend our tenancy. I see, I see. Well, in that case, good luck with the bird. Thank you. I'm excited. Oh, plus bunny. Bonita, I got one. Of bunnies. I love animals. Oh, I love animals. Cute. I don't need it. I don't need it. I need it. I need another one. I'm sorry. I just love bunnies. Just the noises are cute. Sorry, I like go absolutely ferally high pitched. It's because I'm so used to talking to small animals and they can understand you when you go that high. Our hens have been working overtime to prepare for this festival. They deserve the best tonight. Bowls of full sweet yellow corn. Hey Clint, where the fuck have you been? Is there any more food? I don't know. Is there any more ore? If everyone's enjoying the food, I've been cooking for days to get everything ready. Fried eggs, boiled eggs, poached eggs, deviled egg, whatever that means. Scrambled eggs, chocolate eggs, you name it. No one really talks to me, I just come here for the deviled eggs. What the fuck is a deviled egg? I think we had this discussion a long time ago. I put something nice into the punch. Of course you did, you fucking alcoholic. Shh, that's just between you and me, kid. Yeah, but what if someone poor kid drinks that, huh? And also that's spiking. It's illegal. Spring is a busy time of year, so it's nice to have a day off to catch up with friends. Egg? What a strange thing to eat. That's Paul's response. Paul hates eggs. Abby's always loved the egg hunt ever since she was a tiny girl. Sometimes I'll hide an egg too well and no one finds it. Well, until its summer rolls around and then the hot air starts to bring out the rotten smell. Gross. I'm not a big fan of eggs, to tell you the truth. Even with my bad leg, I never miss a town festival. Eee! The new deviled eggs. Oh yeah, we've looked into this before on stream. I mean, they're not something you get over here. And to be honest, I wouldn't eat them anyway, because I don't like the egg whites. I like scrambled, but do you think everyone's ready for the No. I haven't talked to my mister. Welcome to the egg festival. Compliments of my wonderful brood hens. How's everyone doing? I'm just taking a break for a little while. I'm looking forward to seeing you in the egg hunt. Ah. Vincent loves the festival. It's a joy to see him so happy. I've been up since dawn colouring eggs. It's always my favourite part of the season. This fruit punch is unusually good. Taking breaks from work can make you more productive in the long run. I always look forward to these gatherings. It makes the valley feel like a real community. Children have been looking forward to this festival for weeks. When does the egg hunt start? I'm so excited. If I can find some eggs before Vincent takes them all. Oh, why does she look so sad? I'm gonna feel so bad. Absolutely, like, wiping the floor with her. Sniff. My nose. Allergies. Searching for eggs is like going on treasure hunt. We used to do rotten egg tart. Oh. Man, Lewis put the end of that pretty quick. Ah, fucking spoil sport. This festival is alright, but what I'm really looking forward to is the flower dance. I try to eat at least 3 eggs a day. Need the protein for my legs. Dude, I know so many people that just eat raw eggs. Like, why? What's everyone so happy about? Eggs? Why eggs? This festival has been a tradition for as long as I can remember. Tradition connects us with both past and the future. Comforting. Okay, I think it's time. Girl, are you actually falling against your... No. I skip this festival every time now. It's so rigged. Ah! I won it last year, I think. Time for the highlight of the day's festivities, the annual spring egg hunt. Calm down now, kiddos. You're going to need all your energy if you hope to find the most eggs and take home the exclusive prize. Now, is everyone ready? Yes, get on with it. Let the egg hunt begin. How do you get out there? Fuck. I don't think I did it. Sorry. I'll try it, but I doubt I'd like it. Gully, you actually... Oh, yeah, sorry. Hey, my buddy and me almost died to a chicken yesterday. I think his name was... Cocatrice or something? Okay, weird name for a chicken. I love birds. Wow, look at all these eggs. Now, if only I could get you kids to pick up litter this efficiently, we'd have the cleanest town this side of the Gem Sea. I mean, it's pretty clean, but never mind. Now, the winner of this year's egg hunt. Jasper! Yeah, baby! Here's your prize. Enjoy. Thanks, man. Get fucked. Oh, fuck. It's the straw hat again. God damn it. Cockatrice is a mythological chicken monster, just FYI. Oh, very cool. Turning people into stone powers. Interesting. Well, that's it for this year's egg festival. Come back again soon. Ooh. The One Piece. Oh, the One Piece. No, I've never seen One Piece. Paul's got it downstairs, so... I got a bunny. I got a bunny. I got a bunny. Got a bunny. Him with the up. Oh, the doggy's like sleeping against it. Bunny. Probably gonna leave it there. Also, Jasper was one of those DVDs, Afro Samurai. I couldn't tell you what any of those DVDs are. If you're gonna ask me about some obscure Asian somewhat film, it's likely not mine. You gotta keep in mind most of those DVDs are split between Paul and I. So Afro Samurai, potentially, I wouldn't be able to tell you. I would have to look. I think I've seen like 1 to 5 episodes of it while watching my brother eat. Okay. Oh, give me a sec. Look. Is that Afro Samurai? Is it? Where are you looking? Oh, is it that like matte box set and the second pile? For anyone that's confused, oh, I think I'd have to. I don't know how to get this on. Yeah. Let me just get OBS up and running. What they're referring to is this DVD right here, I think. So probably I could go and have a look for you. I'll reply on Discord later, but like potentially. I mean, okay, for anyone that's concerned, this is my living room right now. Yes, it is exactly like this. I have literally left it like this and come on stream. I have to deal with it in a minute. But what's happened is basically we have a DVD cabinet up here, like in this space here. And usually I like usually we've got all the DVDs on there, but the DVDs don't fit, and I have sent a photo before. So I'm not concerned about you guys. I don't think there's anything on here. This was the DVD shelf. We've got a bigger one now, but this is what all this used to be on. So all those have gone here. Oh. All these have gone here. So this is my living room right now. That's quite a lot to look through. Yeah, I mean, these are all separated into piles that make sense to me. They will not make sense to you guys. But one of the things is like, these are all horrors. This is all classic horror. There's a pile behind here that's more horror. This is all generic films. These Simon Pegg related films. The Mission Impossible films, the M. Night Shyamalan films. These ones are classics. These ones don't remember, but it's a pile of poor stuff that I don't know about. So, well, a lot of this you got to keep in mind. Most of this is Paul's. I think in these piles, this is about what's mine. These, like, this section. So, yeah, we got some classics in there. But yeah, if you want me to find out if it's Afro Samurai, I'll let you know. Hey, Rat Watson. Damn it, that's not very nice. But yeah, so I'm on that right now. Yeah, it was a good stream. Sorry it was such a short one. I'm not really, I've got a shit ton to do and I came on late and that's on me. Once again, we will have a stream on Thursday, as far as I'm aware. Something happens. And I gotta do some group chats in a bit as well. If friends. Monday stream, I'm not sure if it's gonna be cancelled or not. I'll let you know on Thursday. It's looking likely. Obviously, there'll be hopefully some other streams that week. Might not be such a bad thing if it's. It might. No thanks, I will. It's okay, you go and do what you need to do. It's fun catching up. Thank you very much for joining me today, guys. I'm gonna love and leave you there. Probably. Oh my god. Like, fine. We're gonna just leave it there. Anyway, I'm gonna go because I'm gonna have to raid and run if I was to do. Fine. Anyway, I love you all very dearly. I'm gonna have to go. I will get the VODs up later. But I've got shit to deal with right now, so lots to do. Anyway, all the love in the world, guys. I will see you all very, very soon. Bye bye. Bye 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 bye.